The story you're about to see links the lives of 6 families. It's one day in their lives. It's one day in all our lives.
Did you try the orange juice?
The Nolan family isn't unique. John Nolan's one of millions of people who work for the federal government. He doesn't feel his family's above average or more fortunate than most. But more and more these days, with unemployment and inflation cutting into the lives of so many families, he feels that his job with the government gives him a sense of satisfaction. Whatever the future holds, he'll be able to meet his family's needs. In underdeveloped nations around the world, millions of needy families don't compare themselves to others. Their concerns are more immediate: how to survive. Starvation, illness, and poverty are taking their toll. The problems are many. They're seen in the face of a child. Lack of safe drinking water and shelter, adequate tools to grow food. The simple means for people to help themselves. When you're 73, every new day is important. Little things can mean so much.
I used to like to have marmalade with my bread and butter, but the doctor said I better not do it anymore on account of my diabetes.
For Ed Rosa and his wife Mary, existence on a limited income means that each meal is something to be shared. It's hard to be old and poor, to feel that no one remembers, no one cares.
It's been kind of tough being alone, honey, but as long as I got you, I never feel like I'm alone.
Well, I'm never alone as long as I live.
How they gonna help me later on in life? It just seems like a waste of time. You know, Dad, I've been thinking, maybe I could quit school and get a job so I could help you around the house some. That school I'm going to is not teaching me much.
What's this about you quitting school? Now, you just forget it.
Now listen, I don't want to hear about how bad your school is. I've always found a way to make it, and I'll get by somehow.
Yeah, Dad, I know, but you've been out of work for such a long time now.
I don't think you have any idea about how difficult it is out here to make it. I mean, unemployment in this country is 9%. In this neighborhood, it's 20%. I mean, there aren't any jobs out there for anybody. You can't get a job.
Sometimes the morning's the end of a long night when you can't sleep, and you wait and hope that the night will end. For Jim Connors, this has been a long night, and it'll be a long day. Probably the most important day in his life, in the lives of his family.
I've scheduled Jim for surgery this afternoon, but I think we've gotten Jim in time. We've got thousands of medical researchers and technicians throughout the country working on this very problem. Don't worry.
Box of baking soda, too.
Okay, babe.
Look, y'all hurry back. The weather bureau says there's a bad front coming through.
Well, we'll be home for supper time.
Okay.
Bye, Mom.
Bye.
Bye, babe.
Hurry back.
Good morning, Shirley.
Good morning, Mr. Nolan. Is this everything you wanted from the computer department?
Yes. I'll go through this mail, and we'll need a meeting with these key staff people.
But you have to see them this afternoon. You're having a meeting with the combined federal campaign people this morning, and we have to get this mail out today.
I'll tell you one thing, I'm really under pressure at home, man. I gotta get something. You know, my son's getting on my case this morning. He's talking about quitting school. I mean, I just can't take that kind of pressure. When I leave here today, I better have something. You come across anything that looks good?
No, I haven't come across anything. As a matter of fact, they had some openings for meter readers. You know, electric meter readers. The fellows that go around doing
There's the land and the need, but without tools and knowledge, there's only empty hope.
I can't do this. You can't do it alone. But without these insulin shots, you'd be back in the hospital.
Well, honey, we can't afford to have a nurse come in. We'll just have to make do. That's what we'll do. We'll make do.
Here's a bulletin we've just received. The Weather Bureau has issued tornado warnings for Tyler, Henderson, and surrounding areas. Funnel clouds were sighted south of Longview and are moving rapidly this way.
Boy, look at that rain coming down.
Yeah, and I can't get these darn windshield wipers to work. My gosh, looks like the whole road's washed out. God, watch out!
Everything that's been said about this campaign is important to your decision. The economy of giving once to help people means more people are helped, and the overhead cost is the lowest possible. By giving your fair share gift through payroll deductions, you do more to help more people all year long. This brochure tells all about the agencies and the great good you can accomplish by signing your pledge card. So it's up to each of you. We're asking you to give and to make your pledge through payroll deductions. But the choice is yours. It's in your hands.
What John Nolan does makes a difference. Now, through the visiting nurses and the home health aid program, they'll be cared for. Two old people who need help will feel a little less forgotten. People can learn to provide for themselves. By giving food to hungry people, you give them a chance. You can rebuild a life, give life a chance, give people hope.
This is your slip to start work on Monday. There are a lot of good programs to help people if they only knew where to turn. That's what this community referral program is all about.
I really appreciate your help.
That smile's worth a million to me.
Helen, I think he's going to be fine. I'll give you a call when you can come and see him.
Thank you, Doctor.
Bye-bye.
I guess we're pretty lucky. Thank God we acted in time.
This is one of those quiet little miracles that happen every day because of research and education. But it doesn't happen unless people like you make it happen. Last year, 76,000 families were helped out of natural disasters. Tornadoes, floods, hurricanes are still a part of life we can't control. But what we can ensure is that when they happen, organizations like the Red Cross will be there to help people.
Has there been any word from Athens? My wife was out there alone.
I understand they're bringing a lot of people in from that area right now.
Do you know if anyone was hurt?
I'll let you know as soon as I know.
I'd appreciate it.
When someone comes to help, when someone cares, you're there. You're the friend and the teacher, and you make it all possible when you give. This is just one day in John Nolan's life. It's just one day in all our lives. But what you do today, right now, can be the most important day of the year for millions of people who need the help you can give. If you listen, maybe you can hear them saying thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Honest, Doc. Thanks.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
On behalf of all the people who are helped and all the agencies that serve, I'm Charlton Heston, asking you to give your fair share pledge to the combined federal campaign. Thank you. This film was sponsored and approved by the United Way, the National Health Agencies, and the International Service Agencies.